Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation 20 Core, turn 4.5, Commonwealth. It is January 1938. The Commonwealth has 2 tech rules. First, I tried for anti-submarine warfare at a 7 or higher, PB generated in 11, so I advanced to stage 2. Second, I tried for long-range aircraft at an 8 or higher, PBE generated a 4, so I failed. Purchases. Great Britain has 14 IPP to spend. I will upgrade 2 militia to infantry for 4, purchase 2 infantry for 6, that's 10, 1 anti-aircraft artillery for 4, that's 14. FEC has 6 IPP to spend. I will upgrade 1 militia to an infantry for 2, 1 anti-aircraft artillery for 4. ANZAC has 4 IPP to spend. I'll purchase 1 infantry for 3 and save 1 IPP. Okay, combat movement. I reached out to Boston Bruce. He doesn't want to declare war on me this turn and give the British 5D12. Panzer J hasn't gotten back to me. So I'll go in order in Panzer J. If there's any move that makes you want to declare war, stop the video, tell me the timestamp, and I'll redo my turn from that point. So from South Africa, 1 naval transport leaves port to C-Zone I-1. It picks up an infantry and a anti-aircraft artillery from Cape Town. It moves to I-3, then to I-4. At this point in time, either Germany with the battlecruiser or Italy with the submarine could declare war. If not, it will go on to I-7. I asked Boston Bruce if he wanted to declare war, and he declined. So it'll drop off the infantry and the anti-aircraft artillery in southern India, assuming peace. From southern England, 1 naval transport will leave port to C-Zone A21, carrying 1 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery. It'll move down to C-Zone A44, drop off the infantry and anti-aircraft artillery in Gibraltar, and go in port in Gibraltar. Meanwhile, the naval transport that started the turn in Gibraltar will go up to A21 and go in port in southern England. Let's see. From Lower Egypt, 1 naval transport will leave port to C-Zone I-5. It will move to C-Zone I-1, so it'll go again through the German battlecruiser and Italian sub, and then it will go in port in South Africa. See if I can get that on camera a little bit better. Ugh, I'm so sorry. It's a hard angle with the... There we go. Okay. From C-Zone M8, I'll have 2 heavy cruisers and 1 destroyer will go through the Suez Canal and then go in port in Lower Egypt on the southern side of Lower Egypt. That was 2 heavy cruisers and 1 destroyer. That's a little bit off camera, isn't it? There we go. Okay. From C-Zone M8, 2 light carriers, a fighter, a tactical, 1 British light cruiser, 1 ANZAC light cruiser, 4 destroyers, and 1 ANZAC destroyer will all move to C-Zone A44. I think I left off my heavy cruiser. Did I forget about that heavy cruiser? I think I did drop the ball on that heavy cruiser. Sorry, guys. Trying to see if in my non-combat, if maybe I have it move. No, I don't. I think I'll move all those units, the entire naval force there, will go over to A44. Okay, so that's 2 light cruisers, or I'm sorry, 2 light carriers. One with a tactical, one with a fighter, a heavy cruiser. And then I've got the 2 light cruisers, one of them's an Anzac, 4 destroyers that are British, and 1 Anzac destroyer. All that is in A44. All right. I think that's all the moves where someone could declare war on me. Make a little note that I don't have that heavy cruiser. All right. Non-combat movement. From London, do I want 1 infantry or 2 infantry? I think I want from London 2 infantry. And 1 anti-aircraft artillery will move to southern England. I think that's it for... and 1 militia will move from southern England to London. All right. From southern England, 1 seaplane is going to fly down to Gibraltar. So 1 to A21, 2 to A28, 3 to A35, 4 to A44, and it will land in Gibraltar. All right, from Gibraltar, 1 air transport will pick up 1 infantry and fly to Lower Egypt. There's 3 infantry there in Lower Egypt now. Alrighty. From C-Zone I-7, 1 coastal sub will move to I-4. So this coastal sub is always trying to learn from other Big Brother subs. This time it'll be the Italians that'll teach them. And then from South Australia, this naval transport will leave port to C-Zone P70, carrying an infantry and an artillery. It will strategic naval move to I-11 and drop off the artillery and Anzac infantry in Calcutta, and then go in port in Calcutta. Alrighty, and I think that's it for movement of units, so we'll do placement of units. In Sydney, we'll place 1 infantry. So in Sydney, I've got an infantry and a motorized, and I saved 1. I collect 5, so Anzac ends the turn with 6. And then FEC upgrades one militia to an infantry in Delhi. And I get that anti-aircraft artillery built in Calcutta. All right. And then how much money do they collect? They're at 7. They did not save anything. So FEC ends the turn with 7. Okay. And then Anzac. I already did that. I'm sorry, Great Britain. Okay, I'm going to place 2 infantry in London. Where am I going to upgrade these 2 militia to infantry? Let's see. One will get upgraded in Western Egypt. So let's come down here, put that on camera. This guy will get upgraded to an infantry. So we can use this guy. And one guy down in South Africa gets upgraded from a militia to an infantry. And then I will build an anti-aircraft artillery in Cape Town. Now, if the Italians, or who is it that, no, I guess there's no one that can really declare war. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can chase to Nova Scotia and then Nova Scotia to Gibraltar. So really no one can stop that for right now, or could declare war to stop that supply path and collect income. So Great Britain's at 14. And no, Great Britain's at 16. Wait. Did I moved myself to 16, but I think that's wrong. No, it's because of China. Okay, so Great Britain is at 16. I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me think this through. I start off at 11, I got 3, then I got 2 for China. So 16, that's correct. All right. Sorry for being a little rushed today. That is the end of that turn. Now it's France's turn. France has, here we'll show purchases. They have 16 to spend, and they will purchase 6 militia for 12 and 1 anti-aircraft for 4. That's 16. Got 1 tech roll, advanced mechanized infantry. PB generated a 10, so they advanced to stage 2 on advanced mechanized infantry. All right, I don't have any combat movement, I don't believe. So it's just non-combat movement. Gonna make some air moves here. From Paris, 1 fighter will fly to Normandy, and from Paris, 1 medium bomber will fly down to French Morocco. Put that on camera. From Aquitaine to, did I want to do 2 infantry? No, I'm going to do 3 infantry. 3 infantry, 1 mountain infantry, 2 motorized infantry will move from Aquitaine up to Normandy. Okay, from southern France, 1 infantry and 1 foreign legion will strategic rail move to Normandy. So I'm just leaving 1 guy back. And from Sea Zone A44, one torpedo boat destroyer here will move up to A27. From A48, the French light cruiser is going to move to A46. All right, placement of units. In Paris, I will put 3 militia and 1 anti-aircraft artillery. And then in Normandy, oh, I can't do that, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to rail 3 militia from Alsace-Lorraine to Normandy, and then build 3 militia there, if that makes sense. So during non-combat move, I'm gonna move 3 militia there. All right, I think that's good. All right, collect income. I collect 10 IPP with France. All right, disposition of forces. Why don't we go over France to start with? Normandy has 3 militia, 4 infantry, 1 mountain infantry, 1 foreign legion, 2 motorized infantry, 1 fighter. Paris has 6 infantry or 6 militia, 5 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. Alsace-Lorraine has 4 militia, 1 artillery. Southern France has an infantry. In northern England, there's a militia. In southern England, 1 militia, 2 infantry, anti-aircraft artillery, fighter, medium bomber. In London, 1 militia, 2 infantry. In in southern England, in port is a naval transport. In Sea Zone A21, 2 French battleships, 1 British battleship, 1 British battle cruiser, 1 coastal defense ship, 2 destroyers, 2 torpedo boat destroyers. In Sea Zone A27, French torpedo boat destroyer. I don't know if I mentioned Southern France has an infantry. Sea Zone M1 has 2 naval transports. In Gibraltar, a militia, an infantry, 2... That can't be right. I screwed something up here. I have... Oh, it's not 2 mountain infantry. I put the chip under the wrong piece. It's 1 mountain infantry, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. Brain shuts off when you're recording. Okay. In port, in Gibraltar, 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 1 naval transport. In Sea Zone A44, 2 light carriers, 1 with a tactical, 1 with a fighter, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 British light cruiser, 1 Anzac light cruiser, 5 British destroyers, 1 Anzac destroyer, 2 French destroyers, 1 British submarine. In M2, 1 British submarine. Malta has a militia. Western Egypt has an infantry. Lower Egypt has a militia, 3 infantry, an air transport, 2 heavy cruisers, and a destroyer. In Sea Zone I5, 4 French submarines. In Sea Zone I4, 1 British coastal submarine. In Cape Town, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. In South Africa, 1 infantry and 1 naval transport in port. In Sea Zone I7, 1 naval transport. In Delhi, 1 FEC infantry. In southern India, 1 militia, 1 British infantry, 1 British anti-aircraft artillery. In Ceylon, 1 militia. In Calcutta, 1 Anzac naval transport in port, 1 British infantry, 5 FEC infantry, 2 Anzac infantry, 1 Gurkha, 2 Anzac artillery, 1 British anti-aircraft artillery, 1 FEC anti-aircraft artillery. British Malaya, 1 militia. Sarawak, 1 militia. Hong Kong, 1 FEC infantry. In Sydney, 1 infantry, 1 motorized infantry. North and South Islands with a militia. Next up is Panzer J with 4.7, Italy.